All right. This list came out. You know me. I told you I finally paid for Pro Football Focus.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take advantage of my what I've been paying for. And they ran a story today. And this one was most improved offensive lines after the 2024 NFL draft. And I bring this up because there's some teams I felt like that did clearly help themselves. And first off, I'll go around the room. Dawson, do you feel like the Cowboys, from what us talking about these guys, or what you maybe some scout Gavin looking at some guys, do you feel like they've maybe improved their offensive line?
Yes. And I have watched YouTube on the three top picks.
Sure.
Okay. And what I can report on that is you got dudes breaking down the film now. So I've advanced beyond highlights into watching other dudes break down the film on these guys. The next step is to, break down the college film myself. But now I'll tell you, when I answer your question here, Brian, absolutely. I got goosebumps listening to Wolchuk describe BB the other day.
It's borderline uncomfortable, and it makes me uncomfortable, my love affair with Cooper Beebe. You know my answer, hell yeah. I mean, I think that was the biggest thing coming out of the draft, is they made that offensive line much, much better. And Tyler Guyton, is he a little bit raw? Does he have some areas where he needs to improve 100%? We said the same thing about Tyler Smith. He came out and was a badass as a rookie. So I'm very excited about what they've done, adding depth and competition along the offensive line. They're very improved.
Chieftain?
Yeah, the future here of Guyton, Smith, and then BB at center, I think you're set for the next half decade or so with just absolute studs. The athleticism of Guyton, I think, will end up showing itself. I don't know. The transition from the right side might be, the rookie year might not be the greatest thing in the world that you've seen, but I think big picture, the BB, Smith, Guyton from center to left tackle, that is just going to be gorgeous.
Well, Pro Football Focus put their list together of teams that they felt like improved their offensive line, and this is I'll give you the teams here.
I could guess one that I'm sure will be on there, and that's Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh Steelers, actually number one. On paper, the offensive line rebuild the Steelers put together through 2024 NFL draft could go down as one of the best ever.
Wow.
They used 3 selections on the unit, all inside the top 120 picks for Pro Football Focus. It started with Washington's Troy Fautanu, an 88.2 grade pass blocker for them, and he could start at tackle or guard. They followed up by adding Zach Frazier to man in the middle. He allowed only 2.3 pressure rate over the past 3 seasons. And then Mason McCormick from South Dakota State. While he played at a smaller school, he earned a 90.3 PFF grade over the past 2 seasons. So they had the Steelers as a number 1 on their list. Number 2, the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go.
Nice. The Dallas Cowboys, they needed help at multiple spots on their offensive line heading into the NFL draft and used 2 top 75 selections on the unit. Oklahoma's Tyler Guyton looks to set to man the left side on the offensive line while he is a bit of a project. He earned a 59 PFF pass blocking grade on true pass sets last season. His athletic ability gives him a chance to develop in a future star. Dallas used a 3rd-round pick on Kansas State's Cooper Beebe, who earned a 91.8 PFF grade over the past 3 seasons to rank 1st among the FBS guards, and then grabbed Nathan Thomas in the 7th round. I think the Nathan Thomas one is going to be an interesting. Bobby Belt and I did Love of the Star last night. It's up on the site right now. Bobby made a point. He said that if Nathan Thomas is not a starter here, that he kind of felt like that maybe he would be a starter somewhere else.
Yeah, I think they stole one there. And he's a guy that, to me, if things don't work out, like, with TJ Bass, and maybe he could end up sliding in, like whenever Zach Martin is done playing, that could be your starting right guard of the future.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting that he had that kind of confidence in the kid.
Yeah.
When
you go back and watch him play, it's like, damn. I mean, it's pretty shocking that this kid fell to the 7th round.
It is pretty shocking. The team that followed the Cowboys were the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That they selected Graham Barton. That was another one that we all liked. That was an 88.7 PFF grade over the past 2 seasons. That was the 5th rank among the tackles, by the way. So here we are going. Did you know much about Elijah Klein, who they selected in the 6th?
No,
I didn't either. So they had a high grade on that one. Kansas City was the other team that also improved with their offensive line, and then the Los Angeles Chargers. Joe Alt. We all had Joe Alt, the Notre Dame tackle, probably going a little bit to Tennessee, right? We didn't have the Chargers.
Like Tennessee was a no-brainer, but
here's the Chargers.
That's the Harbaugh effect, right?
Yeah, this was the Chargers' only offensive line selection, but it was a move that could leave the team with the best tackle pairing by the end of the upcoming season. Rashad Slater on one side, and then Joe Alt on the other. So, yes, the Dallas Cowboys, they according to PFF, they improved their offensive line. The 5 teams, they were number 2 that improved. So hopefully
that was priority number 1 coming in. So that's a huge victory.
That's terrific. I just love that, outside people are looking at it the same way that we are.
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to pay off with a huge turnaround, but it could. And, to the topic of should they have taken a runner, now that you've set your line up, you can, I think, find guys in a lot of different places. I would say, remember 2015 and Joseph Randle and Darren McFadden. It's not foolproof. It's not like you can find, but now they have the makings, a very fertile ground for a lot of, whether that's a veteran or a rookie or, a guy that might be on a depth chart somewhere that has something. You're going to be able to plug guys in as soon as these guys get comfortable and have a tremendous amount of success. I think that could really not only extend Dak's career, but maybe give us the most efficient and effective version of Dak since his rookie year, when they had Doug Free and Ron Leary. Never rebuilt that offensive line. I think they failed us by pivoting away from that strength. But shoot, for a brief window of time, while Zach Martin is still young enough to get the job done, and hopefully Terrence Steele comes back and has a good bounce back year, they've given themselves an opportunity to now get back to one of the best lines in the game, and that is exciting. I've been asking for I think 4 straight off seasons.